who were rescued in Cleveland. I don't know if you know this story, how they were like kidnapped basically in this guy's house for 10
That's
years.
bananas.
I know, it's
No,
awful.
no.
Anyway, I'm sorry to take you out of in your world, but I want to go back into your world now. Okay. Good morning to you. It's Maria from the Fox 11 Newsroom here in Los Angeles, and joining us this morning is Vanessa Obrien, world explorer, here to talk to us about the Explorers Grand Slam. And quickly, I want to introduce you to Ayub, who's hanging out with us from England. He's in Leicester. We've got
Hi.
Jimmy, who is with us here in Koreatown.
Hey,
We've
Vanessa.
got Kempton, who is in
Hi,
Calgary,
Vanessa.
Canada. Nick is in Dallas. And
Hello.
Stacey is in Wilmington. And Trev is in Yorkshire. He's also in the UK. And I want to say hello to everybody who is watching us on air. Thanks, you guys. Make sure you plus and comment and share the link. And if you have any questions for Vanessa, go ahead and tag me or anyone in the Hangout. Okay, so let's start. The Explorers Grand Slam. Can you tell us about that?
Sure, absolutely. The Explorers Grand Slam is an adventurers challenge. It involves the 7 highest peaks on the 7 continents and the North and South Pole. So if you were to put Explorers Grand Slam in Wikipedia, it'll come up with that definition. So that's sort of the short answer of it. There's the way I like to do it in terms of orders of magnitude is there's about 4,000 people who have summited Everest, about 400 people who have completed the 7 summits, and about 40 people who have done the Explorers Grand Slam. So that's a nice way
You're
to
in
do
an elite, a very elite club, to say the least. Why?
Yeah, well, that was going to be my question. Yeah.
Why would you want to do something like this? Just, going in your head.
Yeah, so why for me was I was looking for a challenge, and this happened for me around 2010 when the global recession hit. I was living in England. I noticed 2 or 3 of you are in England or outside of England, or sorry, in England. Sorry.
They're in.
Or Great Britain, however we want to define this. And, look, banking there was just as bad as banking in the U.S. It was time to get out. So I had a chance to move over to Hong Kong at that time.
Was your background in, was it in banking or was it
was
in
banking.
The finance world?
It was finance, consumer finance. And so I thought, look, I need to step out of this for a couple of years. I figured 3 years, and some economist I made because we're still kind of in it. So you don't want me as an economist. But I thought I needed 3 years of something to do, and I was looking for that challenge. I'm a type A, personality, and as I was looking for what would take about 3 years for me to kind of learn to do, I was chatting with friends and thinking through what would be goal-oriented, something I could measure success by, something that I could apply that would be, kind of hard work to learn, and something around a new skill. And somebody mentioned climbing, and somebody mentioned
boom,
Everest,
you were there.
and I did it.
Wow. Okay. Trev, do you have a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, setting a challenge like that, a challenge would be to complete a marathon or something
Run a
like that.
marathon.
Not to do something that only 40 people in the world have ever. Do you know what I mean? It's like you really aimed high with that, didn't you? Were you not? Was your background not that kind of thing? You just thought, I'm going to go. I've got 3 years, so I'm going to start from scratch and go straight into this, or were you quite fit anyway?
Well, I was fit, but what I thought was. Look, if I learn mountaineering, it'll take me kind of a year and a half to kind of apply those skills, and then, maybe I'll have a shot at Everest. I really didn't know if I could do Everest at the time, but I thought I'd give it a shot. And at the time, it wasn't about a Grand Slam or the 7 summits. I didn't learn about those till later. It really was just about Everest.
Okay. Nick, did you have a question as well?
Yes, I do. With all these amazing feats of human accomplishment that you've, I got lost. But with all these feats that you've accomplished, what else is on your list? Do you have any other major endeavors that you'd like to tackle?
What do you do after you climb the 7 different peaks? And
yeah, I mean, I'm really excited. I just finished a new website and a compilation video showing the 7 summits and the North and South Pole. So I just posted that on YouTube. It's called something like Breathe, the Explorer's Grand Slam. So have a look at that because I'm really proud of it. It's 7 minutes, so it'll take you on a tour of the whole experience. But people have been asking me if I could write something about it. But there are 2 kinds of books. There's the reference guide and the sort of here's the climb, and I'd like to do something a little bit more than that. So something maybe a little motivational oriented, or something tying it more to maybe the business world, or maybe something more eat, pray, love. I don't know.
Jimmy, did you have a quick question?
Yeah, my question was, with all of these Explorer things that you're doing, do you have sponsorship or backing, or is this personally financed?
Okay, I would love sponsorship, but here's the deal. These are high-risk ventures. Everest on my day had 10 deaths. My experience with sponsors, and there's 3 deaths so far this year on Everest. Sponsors don't like high risk. If they see it, let me put it this way: the funding can be written at a cost center level, but the minute you involve brand, it goes through the board and it goes through management committees, etc. It's just too political and too bureaucratic when you involve brand, unless you're Red Bull.
And that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, unless you're already in the game, the brands don't want anything to do with it because they see their brand falling down the mountain or falling through the ice.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Okay, you just said there were deaths. I mean, plenty of deaths.
Yeah.
Why would you, I mean, again, I go back to your question of why would you do this, and would you recommend other people doing this?
Well, I don't
challenge.
What I recommend people to do is I recommend people to take on challenges and to go outside their comfort zones. Not necessarily mountaineering, but for me, that was my answer. What I recommend is that people, if they're sitting on something that they've been thinking about, to challenge themselves, to not necessarily be afraid to take that challenge, because what they need is the hard work and discipline so that they're comfortable, abating those risks with the right skill set.
So what you're saying is to overcome your fear, whatever that is, to do it and overcome it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a difficult environment for everybody, so I think, it's time to be able to sort of step up to the plate and say, right, I'm not going to be complacent in what's been given to me. I'm gonna step up and take charge.
Yeah. Can I ask a question?
You have the Kempton question. Go ahead.
So Vanessa, I mean, kind of follow up on that. There are tourists that are unprepared trying to climb Everest and die. Would the grandstand be another kind of trap for people to try and push? Now it's 7+2 ways to die, and when they are not ready, like, is that kind of a dilemma here?
Can you repeat the genesis of your question? Are you saying
the genesis is like even with Mount Everest, people are hiring guides and thinking that they could do it. And in fact, there's a Canadian lady who thought that she could do it, and then she miscalculated out of proportion, and then unfortunately died. So with that, and now there the Grand Slam, which 7 mountains plus the poles. So wouldn't it make it another kind of a holy grail for people to try? And if I guess
I know what you're saying. Is it encouraging other people to perhaps miscalculate and then
or push it too far? Yeah.
Push it too far, right?
Yeah. So there are a couple things wrong with climbers today that are different than yesterday. So yesterday, the deaths on Everest were because of things like weather. Because we didn't have good weather forecasts. But today we have very good weather forecasts, so we know exactly when people need to climb. The problem today is that everybody has those weather forecasts, so they go exactly at the same time, which leads to those 200 people you see and those bottlenecks up on the Hillary Step. The other problem is that Nepal is still a poor country with $475 per capita GDP, and they get $9 million a year from Everest permits. So Everest climbing is important to a country like Nepal. what happens is you have rogue companies who are taking unskilled climbers, you know, who aren't ready to climb, and you're having people who really want and aren't ready to go up on the mountain, so they don't know enough to turn around, and they get summit fever, as it's called. They don't know their limits, and they're potentially with guide companies who don't know enough to turn them around. The combination of those two is fatal. If you don't have the right person trained well with the wrong company who doesn't know any better, you've got a recipe for disaster. One of those two might fix it, but two of those two together is a disaster.
Well, hopefully your show, I mean, and also your website will help educate people that, you know, it's not something to be taken lightly, obviously, and you train rigorously and have taken years out of your life to do this safely. Hey, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And Vanessa Obrien will be watching. It's the Explorers Grand Slam.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, VOB Online.
VOB Online, and as well as your Twitter. It's at VOB Online. Thank you. Will
Thanks,
you
guys.
take a photo with us before you go, okay? Here's the camera right here. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Cheers. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, we're coming up in this after Adopt a Pet.
Okay, all right.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for stopping
Thanks,
by.
Vanessa.
Really appreciated it. Thank you, Penny. Oh, thank you. It's nice to see you.
I finally thought of a question, but way too late.
But you know what? I know that is how
you're still there.
that is how it
Fascinating.
is. You get in the conversation and then it.
That's an everyday thing for me, and I wanted to ask her what else she had to accomplish as far as like
It's my sister.
incredible
Good
feats.
question. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Very
bungled it.
fascinating.
And she trained for it, but still, the way she trained, it was rigorous, but it wasn't quite what expected as far as like the time spent into training. But she went with a bunch of people with trained, trained health professionals, and so.
Probably Sherpas and all that.
Yeah, but they literally went with doctors, So she did okay, but these people, like you're saying, Kempton, they go off and they hire someone for $500
Yeah, right. The Canadian woman, she was really motivated, raising funds for this and that. But then there's traffic jam, and when she went up, she stayed too long. When the shepherd told her, "Hey, wait, no, you probably shouldn't summit. You should get it back," she refused. She said, "No, that's there," and the shepherd didn't do the right thing. And
Tony, do you want to come over here for a second? Are you busy?
No.
Here's the thing, you guys. We're going to take our little cameras because they're coming to us for this tease. Do you remember? And so I'm going to feature... Huh?
Can too.
You know how I go down the line with you guys? Where did Kim go? She said bye-bye. I didn't even see
Yeah, she had to go for the guest, and I have to go after this too. But yeah.
You have to go. Wait till we do
Yeah, I wait. Hello, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
You go through each of us, yeah.
I like the tie.
Well, thank you. I haven't worn this one in years.
Yeah.
You know what? Funny,
Where's
Tony.
the pocket thing?
On the set, and I thought it was new.
No.
Okay.
Like Maria's top too. So.
Oh, thank you. So, Tony, do we know anything new about the guy who kidnapped, or the brothers who were at the home of these three women?
I don't think
their
so.
home, but
we're going to learn more, obviously, but
he was a bus driver. We're not.
school bus driver. He was a school bus driver.
Yeah.
Trev was telling me that a psychic, I don't know who it was, that said this to the family
Sylvia
of
Brown.
Amber. Huh?
Yeah.
Sylvia Brown. She's one of yours. She's one of the biggest
there
psychics.
you guys are on the air. Hi, guys.
Right.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
So you're on the air in LA. Yay. So we were talking about the psychic. It was Sylvia Brown who said that they...
She was on Montel Williams in 2004, and she told the mother of let's have a look. One of the girls that was kidnapped. Anyway, she told the mother that her daughter's dead, and she's foreseen it, and she's seen some clothing in the dumpster with some DNA.
Amanda Berry.
She said, what did she say?
That her daughter was dead.
Oh, she told her daughter was dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently she didn't have it right now, did she?
No, she didn't.
Psychics are full of crap, and they're evil. I mean, they're pure evil. Especially that kind that do stuff like that, and they talk about like the dead relatives and things.
You know, I'm always so
grandmother.
skeptical of these people with these extraterrestrial powers.
We all are. We all are.
Brown's one of the biggest. She's meant to be
I'm sure they wouldn't appreciate me calling them extraterrestrial powers, but you know, really, honestly.
Supernatural, I believe, is the word you're looking for.
No, I meant extraterrestrial. I specifically meant to call them that because they would take
Aliens.
Aliens.
Are you guys noticing a major lag in Google right now in our video?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Nope.
I was saying, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was me because you know my connection.
Definitely. Yeah.
Maybe you're ruining
Video
everything.
and audio.
It's awful.
Yeah.
I mean, over here, you know, you guys look like you're on TV. It's very clear, crisp.
No, I'm getting.
The image is clear, but the audio is it synced? Like
nope. Audio is perfectly synced. Everything's fine over here.
Oh, okay.
My video is like 1 frame per second.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
like 2
mouth
frames
doesn't
per
match.
second.
What can I say? I'm just lucky.
Yeah, whatever are you.
Well, yeah, you're hanging out with us. That's very lucky.
Always.
Whatever are you? Tony, do we have to stay late again today for
Yes,
rehearsals?
we do, Maria. I don't know why you ask me this every day when the answer is always the same.
Sorry, Tony. Tony is very upset.
No, I'm not.
Tony?
Had to work like long hours.
Tony, have you not had your nutritious meal today? Is that why you're cranky?
You know what?
No.
That's what it is.
No. Tony hasn't had enough hugs.
What?
Okay, we need to talk.
Tony hasn't had enough hugs. Somebody needs to give Tony another hug.
Oh, Tony, do you need a hug?
You know what? I take hugs all the time from anyone who wants to give me one. I am an equal opportunity hugger. I don't care who you are. I don't care your gender. It doesn't matter to me. I will take the hug.
Bring it in, brother. Bring it in.
Actually,
Bring it in.
Tony does give good hugs.
Gym stock. No one wants to hug.
The thing is, Ayoub's a big hugger as well.
Yes.
When we're in London, yeah, you were hugging everybody.
I am a huge hugger.
Are you a kisser?
No, I'm not so much a kisser, but I'm
a kisser.
Shaka, give Tony a hug.
Yeah, Tony needs a hug.
Thank you, Shaka.
Tony
A group hug.
Someone take a picture.
All right, I'm all better now.
I'm glad you're not a kisser.
No, I'm not a kisser.
If you try to kiss me, I'd have to punch you.
Yeah, I know. And it wouldn't be worth the punch to get the kiss.
I think kissing is better than shaking hands. Oh, see, when people are watching, I miss.
Well, that depends on who you're kissing. I can definitely see where kissing could be better than shaking hands.
True.
Yeah, in certain circumstances, I would co-sign that.
It really depends on who you kiss. It's very, very true.
Exactly.
Not a kisser. Not much of a kisser. No. But I'm big on hugging.
There was one time on New Year's Eve I just kissed someone just randomly.
Randomly? You just walked up to the person and kissed.
I do that every New Year.
I'm sure they did not.
Were they standing under the mistletoe?
Yeah.
You know, that's a little intimate, you know.
I was a little inebriated,
But
but that was okay.
Okay, that's the little detail you seem to have
Fair
left
enough.
Well, it was New Year's
that
Eve.
you were plastered.
It was New Year's Eve. I will not tell you her name.
Oh, now the story just got interesting.
Okay, I'm just saying. Everybody, I know exactly who Trev pictured.
She kissed the girl.
I know exactly who Trev pictured. I'm just saying.
I didn't, but I am now.
I'm not commenting. See, because I'm just not.
Me either. I'm just going to leave that one alone.
Anywho, I digress. So, we have Yvette Nicole Brown perhaps joining us. Otherwise, it's just Shaka and Tony and myself.
Has she been in before?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think she
You know
was.
what?
Familiar. I don't know.
Diano said that she has been.
Yes, she has.
Yeah,
Was that-
she's
was
been
I
here
able-
before.
I did that one.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, thank you.
No, I know she was on set before, but I missed it when she did the hangout.
Because I don't
No,
remember.
I think I was there as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I conducted that particular interview.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I remember that one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Thank you. Zach is doing podcasts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw him post
I
that.
saw that.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Which reminds me, I need to record one.
They suck. I don't want to listen.
What?
Yeah, whatever. It's like I asked this on Facebook, but since you're here, it's like, is that podcast? Is that the audio from the Hangout on Air? I saw you doing that one time. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, cool.
Yep. That's what we're doing for now.
Did you see him threatening me?
Was he threatening me?
He's threatening. No, he's threatening me.
Wow.
Who's threatening you? I'll beat him up.
Tony.
I did.
Who needs a kick in, Tony?
Stage manager is. Oh yeah. Now
Now he's happy. Now he's
now it's
happy. Now he's all smiley because he's on
Oh,
camera.
stage man Dan.
yeah, stage man Dan. He was
Tell
threatening.
Dan that Jimmy said, "What's up, homie?"
So, so let's see what's going on. You know, our news is dominated by this. Oops.
Oh, I'm seasick
Tech
now.
support.
Camera
Tech support
down!
required.
Camera down!
Like the Blair Witch Project.
This is priceless. Tony.
Well, you know, the one thing you can say is at least I'm consistent. That's the one thing that you can say. I mean, you know, I have not changed in that regard. If it's technical and it can be messed up, I will mess it up.
Yeah.
But I can fake it pretty good on the air. Is that right?
Everybody's good at something.
But I fake it pretty good on the air. Now
Phenomenally.
you'd be surprised how well I fake it on the air. Oh, you would think
Yeah, you good at faking things like that?
you know, because I will debrief Shaka on whatever it is I need to talk about. And I'm telling you, after I debrief Shaka and I go on the air, you think I was? Oh yeah, no, I can fake it pretty good. He had me. The last thing that we did like that was when he tutored me on the
Blackberry?
BlackBerry, the new BlackBerry phone,
Z10.
the Z10. And he tutored me on my review for that for our 5 p.m. show, and boy, I'll tell you, I went there, I burned it up. You would have thought that I was. You would have thought I was an expert on it.
Yes, but you already said you were a savant when it comes to phones.
Well, but I didn't really know anything about that phone.
So we just need to.
He had to really tell me everything that I needed to know.
Mm-hmm. We just need to see him do that with a new laptop at some point, and see you sound like an expert when it comes to a laptop.
I'm sorry. What are you muttering?
Nothing. I'm just saying. I know. Whenever anyone mentions the word laptop or computer, you just zone out and you don't know what you're talking about.
This is true.
Did you just bag on me?
No.
Yeah, I think you did, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I wouldn't dream of it.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure I was insulted.
No,
Not at all. No.
I wouldn't do that to you, Tony.
I'm pretty certain I should be offended at whatever it was.
Nonsense, Tony.
Nonsense. Would I do that to you, Tony?
So what did you say was dominating the news?
Unfortunately, I don't know enough to be offended.
Those women that got rescued is dominating.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I've been obsessed with that story all day.
Well, you know, Maria has an interesting theory, which I don't know that you can say since we're
What?
broadcasting.
What's my theory?
didn't you have an interesting theory about why?
Oh yeah, no. About why she called.
Why this woman was able to escape and call at this particular point in this ordeal?
Well,
it's been 10 years.
We talked about it, I think, and I think part of it is because possibly the 6-year-old maybe started getting abused or molested. I have a feeling that the 6-year-old is a result of one of the,
clearly the six.
Most possibly, yes.
Yeah, the math definitely would allow for that.
Well, the police are already saying they believe that 6-year-old is the child of one of the 3 women who were kidnapped 10 years ago. Well, if that is the case, that child had to be conceived during the whole kidnapping ordeal.
If you guys
during the 10 years, the 6-year-old is,
The J.C. Dugard story, she was, held, Garridos held her in his home, him and his wife, girlfriend, whatever. Yeah. And she had 3 children, I think. Two children.
Several. I mean, at least a couple of them.
2 children by him, and she somehow she wrote a book, and I read the book. It's an incredible story of overcoming this kind of horrible situation. Anyway, she did it. She had the courage to do it because her young child was going to be molested by him, and that was it.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, she was willing to die for that, to prevent that from happening.
And so your suspicion is that perhaps that may have been the impetus for this woman escaping and having.
Well, she yelled and screamed, right? That's why that guy.
Yeah, and then the neighbor from across the street heard her.
Yeah.
And the only reason that apparently he came over and kicked the door in because in his mind it was like, wait a minute, there's no woman living in that house. So if I'm hearing a woman screaming,
something's going on.
Something's wrong.
Because
that was his logic.
He went to barbecues there, he said, in the yard, right?
Wow.
And there was never a woman.
Right.
Wasn't she kept in like some new house that he built in the backyard, like a garage-looking thing?
It was a tent.
Yeah, like a tent or something.
Covered tent, but the way that the backyard was set up, it had a fence halfway through it, so it looked like
about J.C. Dugard, right?
And like behind that fence is where the tent was.
About J.C. Dugard.
That's J.C. Dugard.
Yeah, that was J.C. Dugard, yeah.
J.C. Dugard, the people would come search his home, but they thought the backyard ended where he wanted them to believe it ended.
It's like having a false floor, yeah.
Yeah, but it actually went beyond that.
In this situation, there's speculation that these women may have been kept in the basement.
Who's telling me?
Crazy.
Which is,
10 years is a long time for an uprising.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's I'm waiting for all the details to come out, and they will, slowly but surely come out. But I'm just curious. In that entire 10-year period of time, there was no way that any one of these women could escape. It's just kind of interesting. I know how that's possible, but I guess we'll find out.
As scary as that story is, I think that the uprising in Syria, the Syrians kidnapping UN peacekeepers, and the North Koreans moving nuclear missiles scares me a little bit more.
Well,
there are many scary things in the world. Some scare us on a personal level, and some scare us in terms of the global repercussions of whatever acts said government is making. Jimmy Lewis?
Yes?
Jimmy?
Yes.
You're an alien.
Yeah, exactly.
You're an alien.
What planet are you from?
What planet are you from?
I don't
need to
drink
know
coffee
this now.
with cheese.
Yeah, but you've at least had it before.
Oh yeah, I can remember the last coffee drink that I had. I was like,
Jimmy's sitting there talking about it's like I've never had coffee. It's like either you're lying or this is the first confirmed extraterrestrial to be a part of our society.
I gotta tell you, when Jimmy came here to the station to visit us, something was, you know what I mean?
Jimmy just said he's never had coffee before.
Something was. Yeah, that's just. Sorry, dude.
I actually stood next to him, so I kind of, I got a little something was going on there, right?
Did he try to probe you?
Did you notice any green antennae or?
Nick?
You know, for some reason, when I was standing next to Jay, for some reason, I kept getting visions of what's that movie where the pod people and the
no, closing count.
No. Where
the old people?
No, where they kept reproducing people. It's the invasion of the body snatchers. All right, you guys, what's up with the sun? Really? I don't have mine. I don't have my sunglasses.
My computer when I wear my sunglasses are polarized.
I have some polarized ones like these
I
too.
can't look at my computer when I have those on.
I don't know. Do you guys know who Sarah Kellerman is? Oh, Sally Kellerman is?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Outlets Houlihan.
She was in the movie MASH, not the TV series. That was Loretta Swit.
Loretta Swit was in TV series, but yeah.
Yeah, but this one, Sally Kellerman, was in the movie. She's here. And she apparently would... Oops, what's going on here? What's going on with my chat box? Oh, man.
It's tripping. Girl, your chat box is bugging.
Yeah, my chat box is jumping up and down and doing all kinds of crazy things too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
You know what? It must be LA.
Oh, cool.
Maybe. What do you think?
Thank you, Maria.
Yeah, like I said, I'm only getting like 2 frames per second, and my chat box is jumping up and down.
She was also in Rodney Dangerfield's Back to School, and she was pretty awesome in that as well.
Well, this was her back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Well, that just came out of nowhere. What?
Oh.
So does she want to come into the Hangout?
She wants to come.
Looks like Loretta Swit there.
That would be cool.
Well, we will be more than happy to have her.
All right. Well, okay. Sally Kellerman.
We're not going to say no to a guest.
Oh, definitely not.
Oh, no, we do.
We do.
Actually, we do.
We have said
We
no.
do. We say no.
Oh, yeah?
Said no.
Can I just tell you, we don't just let anybody come in here and hang out just because they have the moniker celebrity attached to it. You guys are very special people, and we don't just let anybody come in here and talk to you.
Fair enough, then.
Thanks a lot, Tony.
What'd you say, Trev?
Thanks a lot.
Well, I'm just saying. We, just because someone comes in and claims to be a celebrity, they're not gonna get to just come in here.
So what happened to everybody's shades? Come on, guys.
I don't have
Mine are in my car, and I am not going all the way down to the parking garage to get them.
Will that count?
Oh, Maria.
Maria.
Maria wins.
Okay, Maria wins.
Oh, wow, yeah. Yeah,
Maria, your glasses look like mine.
Yes.
Yes, they do. They're cute. Thank you.
Yes, Maria and Stacy definitely win.
This is Sally Kellerman, Read My Lips, Stories of a Hollywood Life.
Okay, cool.
There's Diane Cannon.
Of course, I'm sure somebody is going to ask her why she turned down, or what happened and why Loretta Swit had to take over as Hot Lips.
On the TV series?
Yeah.
She was a movie actress then, so back then there really was this really
back
large
then there was a bigger divide. Yeah.
Right? Today, though, I think movie stars want to do TV. Look at Kevin Bacon. Look at what's her name? The woman in that American Horror Story. Is it Jessica Lange?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Sally
And Jessica Lange has been awesome.
She said that when she was offered that TV role, she was going through a divorce with her husband for a long, long time. I forget who it was. Not Sam Shepard. Sam Shepard. No. Anyway, I can't remember his name. So she said she was really depressed, and when this TV role came up, she goes, I don't care. I'll do it. Like, she just wanted to be busy.
Oh, man. Tony,
those are fabulous.
Those are fantastic.
Pimpin' ain't easy, Tony, but you make it look that way.
Are those the usual?
These are different.
Those are different.
I love those.
I don't know if I've seen these ones.
You haven't.
They're new.
Well, they're not really new. But I just happen to have
Spacer glasses.
Just so you know, Tony has an addiction to.
But these are There's no glass in them. They're just plastic frames.
Oh.
Oh. So
Very effective, Trev.
glasses to pens and to
ink pens,
phone cases.
ink pens,
and phone cases.
This is a gold rollerball cross.
Nice.
I collect sunglasses, pens, and watches.
I collect underwear.
Ladies' underwear.
That's interesting.
There you go, Tony.
Moving right along, Troy.
Those are the glasses that I'm familiar with. These are the. Here she comes. Okay, these are the ones that I know very well, but not those.
Those are stylish.
Now let me tell you what's good about these. You don't need a case. These are you just fold them like that.
I have seen them.
And you don't need a case.
I want them because they just bend. Yeah, they're so cool. They're so cool. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
There, Sally. Hi.
I take your hand, but I have wet nails.
Oh, you just got your nails done. I love it. Okay,
No,
so
I
don't.
just did
Let's not ruin them. I hate that when that happens. Let's hold your chair for you.
All right, thank you. Yeah, how'd you know?
Did you do them yourself, or did someone do them for you?
I did them myself, and that's why they look like it.
No, they look good. They look good. My name's Maria.
Hi, Maria. Love you, darling.
Thank you. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Shaka, will you push?
No place to put the feet. Huh?
I know. We're a little
That's all right.
in need of some new furniture. This is our little camera right here.
Okay.
Sally, and this is our microphone.
Alrighty.
And I don't know if Heather's mentioned to you about our Hangout, but it's really fun. We get to hang out with a bunch of people from all over the world. And not only that, it's broadcast live on our YouTube channel. So anyone with a YouTube channel could be watching us right now. So I want to introduce you to everybody here. Good morning. We have Sally Kellerman here joining us in the Hangout. She has a new book. Look at that wonderful photo of you. Very hot. And it's called Read My Lips, Stories of a Hollywood Life. You may remember Sally, of course, on the movie MASH.
In the movie, yeah.
In the movie.
Film, yeah.
And plus all these other movies that you have been in, of course, over the years. And we're going to chit-chat with you about your book and some of these stories that you're talking about. But first, I want to quickly introduce you to everybody here. We have Trev, who is hanging out with us from Yorkshire. He's in England.
Hi.
Stacy is in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Hello.
Nick is in Dallas.
Hello.
Jimmy is here in Koreatown in Los Angeles.
Yes,
Diano is in Reno. And Ayub is in Leicester. He is also in the UK. And I want to say hi to all of the YouTubers watching.
Hi, so do I. Wow.
And if you have a question,
You modern people.
you got to get with it. Do you have a Twitter or anything? Twitter or
I
Facebook?
can't. I'm not saying.
No?
I'm not saying.
Oh, you're not saying. It's secret.
Limping along into
Well,
Twitter.
you have written this book.
I have.
And it says Stories of a Hollywood Life. Some juicy stuff I'm imagining that's in here.
Yeah, juicy. Well, you know what it is. It's. I grew up. I went to Hollywood High, and when they.
Oh, you did go to Hollywood
When
High
the
School.
publishers said a Hollywood Life, I thought, okay, and then I went, wait a minute. I have had a Hollywood life. I've lived here all my life. You know, I was a mama's girl.
You know, there's
Didn't
so
wanna
few.
leave home.
There's so few people that I meet today that are from LA. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, no, they say so. You're the one. You know.
You're the one local person.
I'm the one person, but yeah, I went to school at Hollywood High, and then this summer I graduated. I went right to an acting class. I was a teacher called Jeff Corey, and my class was Jack Nicholson and Jim Coburn and Robert Blake and Carol Eastman, who wrote Five Easy Pieces, and Bob Down, who wrote Chinatown, and
classic movies.
Roger Corman, who started so many brilliant directors and cinematographers, all for $1.50 they got paid, you know. And so that was my childhood, and Jack was always one of my best friends. I mean, when we were young and hanging out, and he was so magical and
I see
charming.
Jack all the time when I watch a Laker game. I'm like, oh, there's Jack right in the front.
Yeah, sure. No, he was very special, even in class and every other time, always.
I would definitely want to get more stories from you. If you guys have a question, you know, just get my attention, and I will go to you guys.
What do they do? Wave?
Yeah, they'll wave. They'll jump up and down. They'll they'll raise their hand like Jimmy is right now. Jimmy, go ahead.
Hi, Jimmy.
Yes, hi, Sally. You've been in the business in all these years, doing your great work, obviously. What made you decide at this time to write the book?
I was trapped into it, Jimmy. You know,
Someone twisted your arm.
For years, people said, "Got to write a book. Got to write a book." And my husband, "I'm going to write it for you." I said, "No, you're not. I don't have a book, and you're not writing it." You know, and just through a series of circumstances, I'd tried to work on a book at another time with a friend and named Richard Martini, and that didn't really work. You know, he's great, and he's written his own book and about the afterlife, but. It wasn't right, and I thought, good, I don't have to write a book. And then Elliot Gould introduced me to somebody who called up and said, "You're writing a book, and the agents are these two agents in New York. Find your favorite one." And the next thing I was doing it, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm really excited about it because I don't know, I wanted it to be about people I've loved and things that have touched me, and you know, and I was a waitress. On Sunset Boulevard before paparazzi, you know, when everything was...
Imagine the world before paparazzi, before the internet, before...
Yes, we had nobody following us, nobody taking our pictures. Yes. If people had been taking my picture just like on this Skype, you know, I would have never gotten a job, you know, because, you know, with all the cameras and everybody taking pictures. But I waited on Marlon Brando and Steve McQueen in this little coffee house right on Sunset Boulevard. And... nobody ever came in, nobody bothered anybody, and everybody came out, and Jack would come in with all of the kids from class, and I mean, I just can't think, I waited, Warren Beatty, just all kinds of people, and we all remember. Will you take that outside? Thank you. Sorry, my phone just went off.
Rock and roll song.
Rock and roll, baby. I'm a singer.
Ringer, I like
By the way, I have a great CD called Sally, and they've just re-released, Universal Music has re-released my album that I made in 1972 based on Janis Joplin and Laura Nyro, called Roll With The Feeling, and it's just been re-released digitally from Universal Music, so it's everywhere. And my other CD, my current one that I'm so proud of, because I did evolve as a singer over the years, it's called Sally. But back to Read My Lips. So it's all about
lips.
You know, I don't know. I mean, there's a story about a pervert, you know, which is one of my favorite stories of all. But I mean, it turned out to be a funny pervert.
Just one? No.
Just one pervert. I was, you know, innocent and, you know, late night call.
This is what I was going to ask you, because we have this image of Hollywood, particularly, you know, back in the day, of the casting couch.
Yeah.
Were you ever stuck on the casting couch? Were you ever placed in a position where you had to go?
No, but once, and it was one of my favorite people, a guy named Bill Orr, and he was Warner Brothers, you know, Mr. Warner's son-in-law. And I got a call in, and I just adored him, and I met him through a mutual friend and everything like that. And he called one day. Maybe I shouldn't. I think that he's gone now, but. Anyway, I got this call from Bill, and he said, "Listen, there's a man who would like to get you an apartment, and you know, and make sure that you're working and everything like that." Well, I just burst into tears. How could you think I'm that kind of a girl? I'm not that kind of girl. I'm just sobbing, and Bill's going, all right. No, I won't tell him you're absolutely not interested. You know. Wow. But that was my only. Only racy time, and you know, I'm sure they thought, why did we ever call her? You know?
Yes, go ahead.
Well, yeah, everybody sees you and thinks of the movie MASH and Hot Lips and everything else, but I was just wondering, which of your own works are you most proud of?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked me that. There's a Neil Simon movie called Last of the Red Hot Lovers that I did with Alan Arkin, and it was before Neil broke out and movie made it more visual. But the first scene in that movie, there's 3 scenes, one with Paula Prentice and one with Renee Taylor. I just felt like I got the best writing. I mean, Neil Simon, there just couldn't be anything better, and I'm so proud of that performance. It was the director that just kept working me like a slave, you know, that helped me get the performance, but Gene Sachs. But that's one I'm really proud of. I love making a picture called Slither with Jimmy Caan. It was right after he did The Godfather, and I don't know where I was in my life, you know, starring in films. But it was so much fun, and I adored him, and he was such a devil. You know, he'd lasso me when he was practicing roping, and then he'd teach me to box, and he was so irreverent, you know. And then we were both starring in the film, and we'd be on these windy hills driving across the country, and he'd say, come on, Nickerson, get in the front.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I was one of the the 2 stars of the movie.
Wow.
And he's got the stunt guy up in the front seat, and I'm in the back, car sick, going over the hills.
Oh my gosh.
But he could do no wrong because my character loved him so much in the movie, and I've loved him ever since.
Now,
anyway, there's a lot of good movies that people
I was
go back
going
to
to ask
school,
you,
know.
what are your favorites of today? Like who are your favorites today? Some of the young actors and actresses that are coming up.
Ryan Gosling, I love, and then I found that they said that every girl loves Ryan Gosling.
I was going to say, every guy and girl I know
is that right?
has a crush on.
And I thought, I was really great that I discovered him, and and, oh my gosh! And even though he's not standard handsome, but
do you remember him in The Notebook? Do you remember that movie?
Yeah. And I'm always hoping, I hope he gets some good jobs and everything like that. Worrying about it. But there's so many great actresses at this time, and so much talent in this young people. And of course, I like all women, love George Clooney, and and I love Brad Pitt, and I love. So many, I love so many people. It's like, what's your favorite song? There is no such thing.
There's so many.
So many. But
did you have another question? Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up on that because you mentioned Back to School, and that was one of my favorite movies. It actually rekindled my appreciation of poetry.
Oh,
you were the English teacher on that.
Oh, yes, I was. Oh, what happened?
What was your question, Ayub? Do you believe what?
No question. That was it. Just wanted to make.
Started your appreciation of poetry. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, that was great. That was a great movie. But I made a movie called A Little Romance of Diane Lane and Laurence Olivier. That's a wonderful one. And Foxes with Jodie Foster when she was younger, and we have a great fight in that picture. And then.
I have a question from someone. Art Sanchez says, do you have any movie roles that you would love to play? Apparently, Art is a gig fan of yours from the 80s.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good. You know what? I just feel, I've been on this book tour. I'm so excited about reading my lips because I wanted it to have humor, but it also was about all the missteps, all the choices I made that made my life harder. After I was nominated for an Academy Award for Hot Lips, I got a ban and went on the road for 3 months and disappeared. And Sue Mingers, who they're doing her life story on Broadway with Bette Midler right now.
Which, by the way, because we had wondered how that worked, movie to the TV show. Was that ever talked about?
But I didn't want to do the TV show. No, I'd been in television trying to get out. In the 60s, I guest starred on every show there was, and I was just dying to get in the movies, and then I got nominated for an Academy, being offered all kinds. Right. But instead of taking all the films, I didn't take the series because I wanted to create other characters. I got a band and went on the road because I wanted soul. And the night, the day I got nominated, I went, okay, I got that set now. Now I'll work on my music. I could have done it a million different ways. It wasn't. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed when it came to building a career. I recommend to young actors, don't follow my career path, because although I'm still here alive and
I was going to say, wait a minute, they should, because look at you. You're working still.
I'm working. I am. And when you ask about the roles, I don't have a specific role in mind. My husband's about to make a film, and I play a tough, I forget, a district attorney, but, someone head of the corrupt. And but I feel it, guys. I feel like there's going to be a couple of really good roles coming my way. I've spent so much time in the last 5 years. I've always been focusing on my music. As I said, in '72 I made my first album, and then Muscle Shoals in Nashville, and Barry Manilow produced some stuff, Bobby Womack, all kinds of stuff. But now I need to get back to some acting. I do, I just did an independent film, and I realized, I like this. Hey, I like this gig, So I think this year is going to be really good for me, and so I hope that you all will read my book because it's. I guess if there was anything to learn, anything that I have to say that of any real value aside from the fun and the tears and the things, I adopted twins at 52. I adopted my sister's daughter.
How old are they now?
They're just going to be 24.
Oh, okay.
And
they're grown up. Okay.
Yeah, and my older daughter was my sister's daughter, and I adopted her when she was 10 years old. So, you know, it's been really an interesting ride. I've been married to the same man for 35 years, and believe me, we've had infidelity, we've had everything in the world. After 35 years, we're so glad to be together. And I think if there's anything I have to say in the book, it's that no matter how you get in your way, no matter how low things get, financially, any other way, you know, it's our spirit. It's how we handle things that come to us, and that we all have a shot of having a rich, full life, no matter what our circumstances. It's up to us to make it, you know. So I guess that would be what I would
That's good advice.
have to say, you know.
Thank you,
So,
Sally. This is Sally's book, Read My Lips, a series of a Hollywood life.
and I had some really funny experiences with Marlon Brando. I
have the biggest crush. I mean, he's on my list of people I would love to sit down and just kiss. I love Marlon Brando.
Well, I'd like to just give you a little teaser.
Yes,
because there is a scene that perhaps involved kissing, maybe not. But, you have to read the book. But the first time that I met him in person, they sat me down next to him. I was a young sort of 170 pounds with a butch haircut. You know, and it was Stan Getz was playing, and I just looked straight ahead for 2 sets, and then the lights came on, and he was still sitting there. And finally I hear, "So what are you, an actress?" And I whirled around and said, "Yes, I am, and I don't think it's funny." And then he said, "Would you like to go for a ride?" I wasn't his type at all. I mean, I couldn't believe he was thinking probably wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and on to the nice night. So I said, yes, I would. And I was so scared and so, you know, naive and
really
in love with him ever since junior high, Viva Zapata, you know. And so anyway, we got in the car. He drove about 1/4 of a block, and he reached over and touched my arm, and I pulled away. And he said, "Right, I wouldn't want to spoil this beautiful friendship," turned the car around and dropped me off. And someone said, "You must have been heartbroken." I said, "I was just excited and thrilled that I'd just been in Marlon Brando's car, you know." So I knew him over the years, and I had some other really funny and wonderful
seriously have a
and maybe
crush.
a kiss.
Maybe a kiss. See, you're not kissing and telling. Okay, Sally's book, rather. If you could just take a picture with us before you go.
Yeah,
there's a
sure,
camera
I don't
right
look
here.
like that, yeah. Because this is a beautiful girl I'm
you're
sitting
so
next
sweet.
to. No,
Thank
you are.
Thank
Just
you.
lovely. In case it doesn't register on here.
1, 2, 3.
It registers.
There's a camera right here.
Yeah, it definitely registers.
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks so
you.
much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Twitter.
This is for you. Yes, you need to join Twitter. Yes, you do.
I am on Twitter.
Oh, you
No,
are
I am
on Twitter. Oh,
yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
Well, is it just private, or do you have it for your fans?
On Twitter.
Well, what's your
new.
Twitter? What is it?
I don't know.
I'll get Aaron to find out.
Okay, all right.
Yes, I am on Twitter for sure.
Okay.
Oh, Aaron will
awesome.
know. Yeah.
Okay.
He's my assistant.
Just get him to tell us, and then we'll tweet that picture out.
All right.
Okay.
Good. So nice to
Nice
see
to
you.
see
Yeah,
you.
you are. Glad to be here.
Thank you. Okay, now Yvette says she can do Google for 5 minutes. If not, no biggie. What time is it? 9:30?
If not, no biggie.
No? You don't want to.
Yeah, it's okay. It's
Okay,
okay.
at
Thank you.
Sally Kellerman.
At Sally Kellerman. Thank you.
Okay, I need to disappear, but that was very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was very
It
cool.
was sweet.
Sorry about the phone ringing in the middle.
I was like, okay, Ayub, that was you?
Yes, that was me. I know.
You're
I was trying to ask a question, and the phone was ringing, and I'm like, damn! Perfect damn timing. Sorry. You see, you just can't tease Tony when he's got glasses on. He looks way too smart to tease.
What are you thinking?
Nothing. What do you mean? What am I thinking?
It's
Why do I
because
have
you
to
look
be thinking
thoughtful.
anything?
Because you were
Because
in the
one of
middle
your eyebrows is higher than the other, and you're doing this weird
okay.
thing with your mouth. Like you look like this, and
Yes.
you're thinking.
It's like, yes, exactly. Thank you, Stacy. One of these days, very soon, Tony, and I think it will happen in our lifetime. Maybe not yours.
That's it. There it is.
What do you mean? Maybe not mine.
We're gonna be able to know how you're feeling. Like I'm gonna know because I'm gonna be wearing something. Like we're gonna be connected almost physiologically, and I'll know how you're feeling. Whether you're angry, you're sad, you're concerned, you're One of these days. But I can already tell by your body language that something was up.
Nothing's up.
You better tell me.
I'm telling you, he needs a good nutritious breakfast, and then he'll feel
He has
better.
He's had a banana. He's had
Grapes.
grapes.
You need some protein.
I had a nutrition bar.
You had a bar.
Hey, Stacy, I know what'll make him feel better. Send him some cookies.
I should send you guys some of my gluten-free cookies.
They are freaking good.
Really?
Yeah, which ones did I send you? Did I send you the red velvet ones, or did I send you?
No,
the
not yet. It's like I want the red velvet ones.
Red velvet. Someone said
Speak
red
Tony's
velvet.
language, Stacy.
Seriously, I love red
Yeah,
velvet.
yeah. Now we got Ayoub's attention.
I love red velvet.
Next, if you guys want cookies, send me your send me either your email address so I can email you to get your address, or send me your address. I will put you on my cookie mailing list.
Oh, good. My birthday's in 10 days. You can send me some.
Kim has had my cookies. Yeah, and they're gluten-free.
Yeah.
Occasionally I'll do vegan. Sometimes I'll do dairy-free. But I can't believe I haven't sent you red velvet cookies yet.
No, not yet. It's like the ones you sent were the chocolate chip ones.
Bye, guys.
I need to go as well. So
No. We're just stopping the broadcast.
Okay.
Because that's all the guests we have. So I may as well just stop it now. But bye, YouTubers. I see you.
Bye, YouTube.
If you ever want to join the Hangout and you haven't joined yet, you know how to do it. So
You should come join us. We're not that scary, well, except for Tony.
come join us. Okay.